Hello, everybody. My name is Christine Burney. I'm here to show you guys a little bit about my process. I'm an illustrator. I recently graduated from Savannah College of Art and Design. I now live in Texas, back in my hometown of Borger, Texas, where I grew up. And so now I'm going to be broadcasting my process live for all y'all. And I'm just going to kind of do some fun sharing of different ways that I do things in my process. And of course, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and make a link on the Watch Me Work website right now. So I just found out recently about this site called Watch Me Work, where you can literally just digitally work with other people or alongside other artists. And it's really awesome. And so right now I'm going to be doing every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Central Time. And basically, I'm just going to be going through different ways that I make work. I primarily make, can everyone hear me? Hopefully. I primarily make illustrative design type stuff that's very designy. I work in Adobe Illustrator primarily. And so I've been doing some little like warm-up sketches. Today I'm going to be drawing a little mini illustration for National Pig Day because it's March 1st today, and apparently it's National Pig Day. And man, I just don't know how I've gotten around not drawing a pig yet, you know? So it's pretty awesome. So I'm going to switch over to my design view in Adobe Illustrator, and you guys can kind of take a look at how I do my work. I'm going to walk you through each step of what I do. So I've been doing a little sketching, digital sketching of blackberries that are like right next to me and everything. But I'm going to move over to the pig just for the sake of starting something new, because pigs are really fun too. I've gotten a lot of visual references of pigs that I feel like are really cute. And I'm just going to put them next to here, and I'm going to see which one I like the most. But these are all like inspiration for my drawing that I'm about to do. I feel like because it's spring, about to be spring, and spring is one of my most favorite times of the year, primarily because I don't have allergies. So sorry. You are screen sharing. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just pick one of these that I feel like is the most pig-like and sweet, you know, and I might combine two different ideas, which it looks like I kind of like these two the most. I like the flower aspect of one up here. And I like I like how you can see everything here in the face. You can see the nose, the cute little ears, the eyes, and the mouth. And so I really like that. Typically what I do when I want to find like when one aspect of a work or a picture inspires me, I like to kind of piece together a few different pictures to like achieve what I want, so it's not exactly like the picture. So again, it's National Pig Day. I'm very excited about it. I'm excited about March and all the warm weather. It's just fun. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and share. Whoops. So let's see. Pardon my niece or nephews that might be talking in the background. They're pretty awesome, lively, and fun. So no worries. All right. I'll just have to YouTube it. I want to kind of see what else is going on. All right. Well, anyway, I'm going to start with a sketch and just kind of go from there. I'll start with, oh, good. Okay. If you'll go to the Watch Me Work website, it's pretty exciting that okay. Well, I'm not really sure where I'm actually live streaming. Live streaming. It seems to be working on the Watch Me Work website. So just head over there to stream 14979. I'll just write it on here. Head to Watch Me work.com/streams/14979. I'll be streaming for the next hour, and I'm really excited. So over here is my very first Watch Me Work final illustration. I started it a few weeks ago, and I just finally kind of pulled it together and put it up on my website. My goal with these sessions is to kind of create things that I know I'm gonna want to post, but also to just get practice and to practice talking about my process. So with this, I'm going to kind of just start playing around um, with shapes. Again, my entire process is pretty shape driven. I really enjoy just the process of observation and just seeing how you can piece together something, and I don't know, just how almost pretty much everything in life is based on like a combination of very simple things. Like even in math, I really loved math, and it's just basically like a combination of like smaller units, a bunch of smaller units make up a larger unit, and just how it's actually very simple. And it gets more complex, but like it still remains that, most of the elements are very simple and you just combine them. So I kind of enjoy, I like going generally based on the shape that I'm looking at, but I also like, again, adding my own fun to something and just seeing where it goes and uh, playing around with it. All right, I'm gonna post this on my Facebook really quick because I don't know. I don't think anyone's ever really watched me work. Oh. Okay, so I'm making a nice, cute little pig. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of build up shapes a little bit. And sometimes in the middle of making work, you realize that it's already going into a direction that you're not wanting to necessarily go into. And so it's okay to like just decide early on which direction you kind of want to take things into. Um, I kind of want to keep this as much as I'm seeing certain shapes. I kind of want to keep this as cute and simple as possible and not overdo any of it. So, I don't know, just gonna kind of simplify where I can. And, I'm again, this kind of goes back into how you plan out your space. And with me, I've kind of always been a little random. Uh, I'm gonna comment on a couple of these people real quick because this guy, Mega Sketch, has a really cute house. I'm not really liking this jaw already. I think maybe I should just kind of play this part just super down. Even though it's more in the shadows, I think I should kind of model after the other side, because it's kind of thin right here in comparison to this one. So I'm just going to keep it kind of thin on this side as well. Maybe scooch it in a little bit. Yeah, I really love this side because it makes me feel like I'm back in art school. Just kind of seeing, man, I don't know why huh. For some reason, my face is not doing this. Okay. It's currently activated. Okay. I kind of just want my face to be on this as well. Unfortunately, my face is not on this, but that's okay. Right now, I'm just kind of starting out with some cute sketching. Tonight, I'm going to show a little bit of, how I like to draw once again, but I'm also going to kind of, wow. Usually my computer does not heat up like this. It's getting real hot. Okay, so I go for a cute little mouth because, hello, it's real cute. And I pull this down. Hmm. Then I just kind of um, color pick a little bit, have some fun with it. Actually, I'm just going to keep it liney right now because I kind of like the lines. Occasionally, it's fun for me to just kind of play with line. You know, before I got into all this shape stuff, I was really a lot bigger on line work. And I mean, my minor was drawing. Obviously, as an illustrator, it's good to just draw a lot. Um, um, and it's good to like draw in different ways. Okay, I'm already seeing that. I don't know. I kind of I want to make these ears pretty big. Whoops. So I'm just kind of oh yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on that person. Um, it's pretty fun. You can kind of video, like do little mini sidebar chats with the other artists on Watch Me Work. It's a pretty cool little situation for those who kind of crave artist interaction. It's really, it's really great. I mean, some people have a really fun process, and my process is pretty simple. Um, let's see. Maybe I might use this little body because it's super cute. I like how it shows the legs. Again, my favorite tools tend to be the brush tool. I typically paint with the brush tool. I mean, it makes sense, you know, it's paint with the brush tool. Um, I mean, most people actually paint with the, or most people use Illustrator with the pen tool, though. So, I mean, most people don't paint in Illustrator. Now, I think it's more fun than Photoshop, actually. All right. Do a little bit of this. You know, it's here that I kind of, you know, I enjoy just kind of adding my own thing. Obviously, I can always be a little bit more creative as well, but I think it's fun to just kind of have fun with all of your work as much as possible while still maintaining what it is that you're doing and not confusing people too much. I really loved that that was kind of in art history, that was kind of the basis of what illustrators why illustrators didn't really go down the um they didn't really go down the path of what do you call it? They didn't really go down the more surreal, no, not surrealist. Um, yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, they're more representational because illustration is more about communicating an idea. And if people can't understand what you're drawing, then it's super hard to communicate with them, and it's super important in the arts. Um, Depending on what the goal is, of course, to be understood, I guess, to kind of convey an idea in a simplistic way enough for common people to be able to understand it without being like, well, I guess it's just for a certain amount of people, and if an idea is good enough, you want it to reach as many people as possible and not just be only for a select few, because you want everyone to benefit from ideas. Um, I'm going to kind of go a little simplistic with this and um, not worry too much about precision just because I'm also going to make a pattern out of it. And I just kind of want to have fun tonight. I don't want to really worry too much about specifics, and okay, I'm gonna go a little bit lighter with this because I want it to be a real pinky, like a fun, cute thing. And of course, I am color sampling, but again, I do go back and typically will, um, you know what? I'm gonna make this into a whole. Okay, so oh yeah, so again, I do color sample from photo references, but I typically will go in and change the colors to be a little bit more vibrant and brilliant and um, representative of what I'm trying to convey, you know. So right now I'm using the Pathfinder tool to kind of poke shape-driven holes into other shapes to kind of represent. uh, this is where the pencil tool gets a little like it might not be the ideal tool to use in every situation unless you're like perfectly on. Sometimes it just, well, actually, I might just do a pig face, possibly. We'll see. Um, okay. is looking really mousy. So I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger, make these parts, I don't know. I mean, I don't mind it being super mousy just because I'm kind of emphasizing a cute little pig, you know? I'm gonna take this off for a sec. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Okay, so on the Watch Me Work website, it's really awesome. You can see other artists doing amazing things. And there's this one called Thought Birthing, and they wow. They start everything in grayscale, which actually is a really smart way to work. Where instead of using colors, you're using grayscale, and then you can go over it with colors. But so if I were to go grayscale, I would basically just like move over a little bit, and just kind of the whole thought process behind grayscale is being able to see dimensionality and like a more clear change in planes and everything. And that meaning like, I mean, it's dark and light that causes things to be 3D, you know, dark versus light. When light is next to dark, it shows a shift in that, like not only value, but depth. And that is really fun. And I'm just kind of playing around for the most part. Um, I'm gonna go in here and just switch it over because why not? I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out using the Pathfinder tool. Pathfinder is really awesome. You can just basically cut out shapes in a fun way. And it just kind of adds a little bit of fun to a picture. I might keep that out just for the fun of it because why not? You know, if something is light, it still shows a change in depth, even though light typically in drawing and in design, a lighter part will show that it's further out. The darker parts show that it's more like in, you know, like the darker parts of here are the parts that are not closer to the light source. You know what? I'm going to try this again and see about it. No, I don't really like that. I'm just going to kind of maybe change this color because I don't really like the color. It kind of is just bothering me. And so I guess I just need to grayscale it like all the others. Grayscale this. This gray is fun, and I might just keep the nose pink because it's cute. And to emphasize Gosh, I just really love this. Okay, let's see if I can do this without getting all awkward with the body. 'Cause sometimes bodies are friggin' awkward. Mm, See, that's where it gets awkward for me. I'm just gonna uh, maybe see. This is the way my decision making skills go. It's like once something looks just not good, that's when I'm like, okay, well, let's just shift it a little bit. Oh, I'm not a good enough artist on myself anymore because, that aspect has come and gone with school. Going to art school, I'll tell you that much. You really have to like get to a point where you are choosing to, like choosing to know that you're in school for a purpose. And it's not because you suck at something, it's because you want to learn something. Um, all right. For the sake of time, I may take these legs out completely and just do like a bow tie or something cute, just because honestly, like, I just need to be drawing a lot more and I'm probably just not getting enough drawing time in for me to not feel awkward doing certain drawings. So I finishing up on this pig part. I'm just gonna keep it fun, keep it light, keep it real. Um, because that's me. Just keeping it real. Keep it a little fun because hey, it's March. Everything's gonna be a little bit more risque now that it's almost spring. Um, so I'm also gonna add a few like just flowery shapes using some of these lighter grayscale-ish colors to kind of add a little bit of a springy vibe. Now with patterns, you kind of just want okay. You kind of just want to do sort of an all over design, meaning all over is where basically you fill in equal distances all around the picture plane, which is your drawing surface, basically. I'm going to bring that out of the way. And not take the ears with me. This is, again, just the web address to the Watch Me Work um, the Watch Me Work site. Okay, and then I'm just gonna kind of keep playing around with maybe, I don't know, Flowers need to be plentiful. Yeah, they need to have fun. I'm gonna take these off though, because they're kind of, I don't know. But in a pattern, you also want to maintain like not one thing taking over from the main um, focal point. Now, this is what you would call the focal point, is the main part, the main emphasized aspect of a design where you want people's eyes to go to. And practicing for patterns, you don't have to have them perfect. You're going to find your sweet spot, and no, you're going to just discover how you enjoy making things the best. I've made like so many patterns just from playing around with it and just seeing what it even how to even make one, but also like just practicing what looks good with a pattern design. So I'm going to take it at this point and just kind of select everything I want in the pattern. And the short key for that is V, of course. V is the selector mode. And then you're going to go to Object, right? Object, Pattern, Make. You're going to make yourself a pattern. I'm trying to think whether I want to just quickly change some of these colors so that it's changed on this side and not the alternate universe side, which is in pattern makingville. It's kind of like an alternate universe in a way. It really is. And just kind of play around with these. And just go ahead and not use that color. Sometimes in florals, a more warm color is better. I may go ahead and make a little flower crown, because why not? It's freaking March. This is really fun to just be able to talk over drawing. It makes me feel, again, like I'm back in freaking art school. Just like talking next to someone. Yeah, I loved doing that and I miss it. All right. Just do that. And it's not gorgeous or anything, but hey, every pattern is not going to be like the best pattern of all time, you know? And you kind of just got to keep making stuff and not worrying too much about it. The more you make stuff, the better you get at it, the more prepared you are to make even more stuff and to advance into new areas, because, okay. And so what I'm doing is I'm making line art a little bit, and then I'm just using the eyedropper tool, which is the hotkey I in Max, to just kind of fill them in because colors are better than neutrals in a spring scene. And I'm good with that. I love color. Next week I might go through a little bit of how I am like how I plan my work, because I've been not the best person at this, but I'm about to start a new series where I'm making like a series at a time, so I have something to post every day to like not only social media but my website. Yikes. This is where the pencil tool gets a little messy. You have to keep kind of untangling it, like as if you're untangling some like cords or something. It's kind of annoying. But it's also gets the job done. Whereas the brush tool actually gets things untangled a little faster. You just have to keep pressing on it and like reselecting it. All right. So now that I have some generalized shapes, and I'm gonna change this color, or really I'm just gonna take that off and make a few more, like one more of these that's a little more low-key. And voila. This is very good. This is what I want to do, and it is not perfect, but it is close to being finished. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to turn it into a pattern again. Now I'm finally ready to turn it into a pattern. Or am I? Should I outline this? No, it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to turn it into a pattern by selecting all the items that I want in that pattern. And then I'm going to go to Object, Pattern, and then Make. I'm going to make a pattern. This new pattern has been added. So immediately when you go to Pattern Make, it adds it to your swatches, which is among the color swatches that are previously arranged in your toolbar. And so any changes made while in pattern editing mode will be applied to the swatch upon exit. So it'll be applied to the swatch, but not the original layout of the pattern. Um, so this is really fun. This is a really fun aspect. I love making patterns so much. It is really fun. You can basically, you have a lot of different options and you basically get to just experiment and see what you like the most. If I were to just stay with this, I think it actually would be pretty fun and party-ish. It feels like this pig is just having a party, and it is a good thing, you know? And so what I'm gonna do, man, I kind of want to just keep it for now. I'm gonna go ahead and just go done. Uh, Move this aside. Just minimize it a little bit. And then what I'm going to do to see how it turned out is just make a little like blank marquee box using the shortcut M. Also, if you there's other short keys that you can use to do a circle or like a rounded edged rectangular shape-ish, and then also like star, et cetera, et cetera. So the M key is the same as this, which would have all of these also. Except for the ellipse tool is the short key L. Makes a circle. That's L. I'm going to go ahead and write that. So I guess what I said about the circle is wrong. Anywho, so you're going to select your little marquee and then you're going to go to the swatches area, and then you're going to see how your pattern turned out. And the way that you kind of scale this back down to where you can see how it all works together is you're going to go to this little scale tool. You're going to double click on it, and this shows up. This scale. Basically, you're going to go to transform patterns. This basically means that your pattern is going to go down or up in size as you go down or up in size with the sizing of this, using the corners. Now I use shift. I click on the shift button while I'm sizing so that it doesn't get distorted. This is what happens when I don't push shift. It can smush it or it just distorts it. So I push the shift key to kind of keep things in relative proportion to like the way it was when I was bigger. And then I go back to the same one and I hit transform keys again, or transform patterns again, so that I can make it big without the pattern itself getting big again. So look how cute that is. That is like really cute. I really love it. And yes, the pig could probably be a little brighter actually, but I really love this. However, I do want to kind of experiment a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is select again the shape, and then I'm going to go back to object, pattern, make a new one. With this one, I'm going to kind of experiment with the different gridding options to just see what looks the funnest and most interesting. I also may play around with the shape, in the pattern making area, you are just working with one area, so you can size it down, and it basically will leave that same amount of space as is left between the middle design area and the design box lines, I guess you would say. And so you can kind of just play around with it. I like to play with the different tile types. This is really fun. You can, save it as you go, save a copy, pig, brick. I don't know. I like pig party. It just really looks like this pig is having a party and just having a real good time. Because why not? It's March now. You might as well be having a good time. So, okay, then I kind of just keep playing around till I find what I like the most. I'm going to save another copy. Big. Just, and as you can see, it keeps adding. This is the first one that we made, the second one, and then this one. It just keeps adding them to the swatch panels. And let's see. You can also just like change different aspects of it, where the pattern is more expansive, as in it'll cover a bigger amount of space, I guess. Let's see. That's brick by column, hex by column. This is really interesting because then this is also where the shapes start overlapping and it just gets it gets interesting, and you can save a copy of that to name it Polka Pig because that is freaking fun. And also in the pattern design area, you can also add little snippets of things, and you can add more stuff if you want, to fill in little spaces. You can just kind of, beep, 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 just kind of have fun with it. And very nice. Oh, wow. That's awesome. I'm going to follow this person. So again, your goal as an artist should be to enjoy your work as much as you can, especially if you want to make a living from it. You just really you're going to be spending hours and hours and hours every day. You might as well enjoy some of it, most of it, if not every minute of it. Obviously, some of it is going to be tedious, especially if you're pushing for challenging yourself to continue growing. You're always going to be growing as an artist, and sometimes you've got to push yourself and not enjoy it for just a sec. But even pushing yourself has its moments of just you enjoy it because you're growing, you're trying something new, there's experimentation, there's fun to it. And all of the fun that you have as an artist shows through in your work. If you're stressed out, sometimes you just need some therapy art, just get out some sketching and stuff and get it out for a little bit and then go to making something. I know I've been kind of in a bit of a stress mode recently, but I've kind of realized that my art can also be a great avenue to just kind of get out of the negative spaces, and some people may assume things based on your work. My work is usually very vibrant, very fun. Um, it can be a little stagnant sometimes. I'm working on growing that as an artist as well. Um, I'm asking really quick how I can get my face on here as well as what I'm drawing, because I just feel like it's super important to be able to see an artist's expressions while they're making stuff. It's just really fun. Um, um, so again, this is like freaking party central pig right now. I'm gonna kind of darken this a little bit, just like darken in a fun way where, I don't know. It can be difficult to get the right hue without going overboard, because you still want it to have that like sweetness to it. Well, I do anyway. I like the sweetness. I think it's great. It's an aspect of my work that I love. I love portraying something sweet, um, and something that I am inspired by, like nature. I like showing it as inspirational and visually. So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go done. And, here you can kind of see that I'm gonna take these down. We'll just kind of make them small. Move this over so that I can see how my patterns turned out. And again, yay, I'm like really excited because I love this. Um, use the marquee tool. All right, that's the last one. That is super cute. I'll put it over here showing that it's last. This is first. Um, and then, yeah, this is so fun. Man, I haven't made a pattern in a really long time, actually. I've been kind of resting on my already made up patterns that are in my website, but this is really fun. Okay, so you can see that you can make all types of patterns, and basically you just kind of go with your own eye and see which ones you like the most and have fun with that. I'm going to kind of move these off real quick. These were just previous projects, and I want to take a little snapshot of all my patterns that I made today because I'm super proud. Every time I make work, I'm just like, it feels really good. It feels really, really good to see like, see something happen visually that you've planned out. And even if it's kind of random, like I just barely decided to do pigs because I looked up unique. Okay, so I looked up unique holidays, and today apparently is National Pig Day. So, um, anyway, I always get so proud. So I'm gonna put a little. I kind of like in my work, I like representing sketches with like the inspiration next to them. This makes a great visual for Pinterest too. Um, which I'm still developing what I want my Pinterest to look like, but I'm going through a Pinterest, I'm going through a Pinterest training right now where I kind of strategize how to get more of my work on like more people coming to my website through Pinterest. And so in that, I'm like trying to think of strategies for like the best ways to represent my work in a visual manner, which obviously I'm an illustrator, so I need to represent my work in a visual manner. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of do this. Normally I would be playing with my niece and nephews tonight, but like on most nights since I live with them, it's been kind of fun to just play with them when they get home from school and stuff because I've missed them. I think this looks really good. Just showing the inspiration, the actual illustration, quote unquote. And then, man, how did I get that before? And then showing the patterns that came from it, and I think this is going to be my prized pattern. I really love that pattern a lot. It feels like a party in a pattern, pig party. So there you are. I have these sweet patterns to show for tonight, our time together tonight. And now I'm trying to kind of get them in a manner where it's going to be really pretty to take a little snapshot of. I typically take snapshots with the shift control and then 4. And then you can do a selected and controlled snapshot. Or you can also do control or shift command 3 and it'll do a snapshot of everything, which is also fun. And so now I'm gonna just kind of also what I enjoy doing is after I make something, I'll just like export the files and then put up the ones that I like on my website, and then the ones that are just kind of like files, I'll just put in my files because in my computer I have designs of all kinds of things. I'm gonna put it in my animal designs, National Pig Day, and I still haven't fully realized the type of file that's best for Pinterest because sometimes my designs that are in JPEG form show up a little bland on Pinterest, and I'm not exactly sure why, but So I'll just give you a little snapshot of the way I do Pinterest lately, especially because I've been updating it and trying to kind of make it more my own. So again, I have a little area that, your top pages on Pinterest are, your top ones. You want it to be mostly your work if you can. And then what I did this past week has been to put as the cover photo for most of my boards something that I did. So even in the ones that aren't my work, like my illustrations, my photography, my paper products, I will like in the other ones I try to put mine up. So one of my goals is to make a new illustration for all of my boards to have a cover. Like a new map, a new thing that represents local stuff. Um, this one is like all flowers. So I'm going to try and make a lot more flower illustrations, but this is like a great cover for that. And then I recently did a pancake day, um, National Pancake Day thing the other day. I think it was Tuesday, to celebrate that. And I put it in my Eat, Drink, and Be Merry board. I put my animal illustrations in my animal board that has a ton of animal pictures and inspiration, but it is laced with my illustrations too because animals are some of my primary work. And then, here's some like just shots I've taken with like my patterned paper around different things, and it's a great way to incorporate your designs into something that people love, like weddings. Are huge, and why not? And weddings inspire me. There's so many flowers, just so much beauty, so much planning goes into that huge celebration party that, I mean, of course it's going to be visually inspiring. All parties are mostly, and that's why I have a party board and I have an architecture board, and this is my illustration as the cover. It's the Amalfi coast, on the south of France, in the south of France, and so these are just different ways I put my work into my Pinterest to kind of streamline it to pull people more into getting to know me and how these boards and like these different things that inspire me in life go into my work. And that's really fun. Um, like working out, and like I want to make a series of exercising illustrations like yoga and just different like exercises and stuff. And then summer, of course. Pretty much everything in life inspires me. But so these are kind of my top things that inspire me. And I'm going to try to develop an illustration for every single one of my boards so that it shows my brand while I'm at it. Because that's kind of the point. What I'm learning in this, what is it called? It's Jenna Kutcher. She is amazing. I love her training. It's only like 150 something for like a very extensive Pinterest training. And it's just great. And I would suggest it for any creative, actually, because it helps you streamline social media to develop your brand and develop other people's awareness of you as a designer. There's also other social media trainings and stuff that you can go through to like learn how best to like communicate your brand and to kind of develop your brand in general as well. Because as an artist, we don't always think, okay, like what story are we telling? We just kind of do whatever we want to do sometimes. And really that's been my way of doing things for a long time is I'm gonna do whatever I want. And I have fun doing it. Oh yeah, I gotta sign these. That's another thing that I forget sometimes is signing and in a way that is seen and not just like some whatever stroke. And also not something that's going to take over everything else. Um, but yeah, I would encourage you as an artist to just be thinking like what are you as an artist saying to the world and like what are you trying to do? You know, like what is the most inspiring parts of life for you and like how are you going to represent that and show it visually that these are your inspirations and this is how you develop work from that and tell the story of basically your life brand because your life is kind of like your brand. um so yeah, I just want to encourage you all you artists to just to know that like you have your own unique story to tell. So you can develop your own brand and your own style based on just like drawing what you like. uh, make stuff from what you like and enjoy it and just keep working at it, keep developing things. And you're going to find out, you're going to see over time that your style has developed into its own unique thing. And it's great. So, yeah, I think I'm going to stop now. I really enjoyed today. I've not all behind or anything. And so I'm gonna head out and just update my website, update my social media, and just see y'all later. I won't be here next week, but I wish you guys all the best. I'm gonna be out of town and in Atlanta. So I'm gonna go visit my friends and take care of some business. And so I wish you guys all the best. Um, yeah, happy March. All right. I'm gonna log out. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good week. Enjoy your weekend. Have a good Friday. See y'all.